what are the earliest memory that you have from childhood? Something that would make you smile, I would say.
But it was very difficult moment. It was very sad moment. I lost that my friend, and I lost many other people, and I have see a lot of body died body, and I see a lot of things that I don't want to describe here, but it was not nice.
Did you stay or they kept you?
You have to wake up at 4 o'clock to do all your best to arrive there to give.
Hardship that you went through over the years. I see you still sitting here in front of me with full strength, and that you do not only champion your own right, but you do champion your whole community rights.
This is my country.
Do you consider yourself as a victim? Oh, that's good. That's good. In hot weather, and probably would have to queue for hours from my own experience as well. So what it does with your psyche, with your mental health, Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Untold podcast. I am honored to have Moussa Sangare here with me. He is the president of the Ivorian Community in Greece. Today in this podcast, we will have a chance to explore the various aspects of Moussa's life, which we will discuss his personal journey as a refugee. And of course, we will discuss his work regarding advocacy work about human rights and refugee here in Greece, and we will hear Moussa's Untold story for the first time. Moussa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you again, Moussa. I'm very happy to have you here with me in the podcast. I would like to delve into your personal life and at this part of the podcast. And I would like to get to know you more as a person. And of course, we will have time to focus on your work. Could you please tell me, where were you born, where did you grow up, and where did you go to school? And then we will take it on from there.
Okay. First, I would like to mention something very important, that I am not an English speaker. I was born in Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is a country in West Africa, Côte d'Ivoire in France, en français. I was born there. I speak Bambara, who is my mother tongue, and I start to learn French at school. So we did everything in school. French is our official language. So I speak Bambara in French. So English is something that I learn in Greece with friends, not at school. So I was going to school in Ivory Coast until some time. I don't remember. I did not go for long at school, but I studied like 10 years at school. And yeah, I do most of my life there until I came to Greece.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Tell us more about your country. For example, I know that Ivorian people are really into football, right?
Yeah.
So if you could tell me about your country, what would you like the most, or just anything that you would like to share about your country, something that's interesting that you like the most?
The first thing that I like from my country is the human approach. We call it hospitality. My country is one of the first countries in the world that have good system on hospitality. We just organize the African football cup this year. We call we gave the name of football of hospitality. I don't know how to translate it very well in English, but it was something with hospitality. So everybody was welcome, and we said that this was the one of is the best competition that we never organized in Africa. So it was done in my country this year. So this is the first thing that I can say from my country. And then we also, as I told you, we have beach, we have a sun, we have a lot of resources. So, but hospitality is the first thing that you hear when you arrive in Cote d'Ivoire.
Amazing. What about your family? If you could tell us more about your family, your parents, how many siblings do you have? If you would like to share like something about your family.
Yeah, I will just give some detail because family is big in my country. I have family in my Ivory Coast. I have family in Mali. I have family in Guinea. I have family everywhere. So I have big family. But my father and my mom, I lost them.
Sorry.
They are not alive anymore. And I had my brother that also that I lost, my small brother. So now I remain with my sister, but I have a member of family from my mom and member of family from my father. Some in Guinea, some in Ivory Coast, some in Mali, everywhere, and some maybe I don't know. But yeah, it is difficult for me to speak about family because I grew up very differently. I didn't grow up with family exactly as a child, so it was very difficult. So I don't like to talk about that because I face a lot of difficulty until I find myself outside, like a child of the street. So everything started from there. I was alone outside, and before I got my 18 years, I did everything alone until today. No, but I didn't get really support from family because I lost my family when I was very young. So
I'm really sorry to hear that. I can only imagine how that would be for a child. Would you like to share the circumstance that you lost your parents? You don't really have to. I know that's an emotional topic. Only if you would like to share. If not, then we could just move on. You don't really have
no,
to.
there is no problem. Just they was sick. My father was sick when I was like 10 years, I think. And after my mother also was sick and I lost, then my younger brother also was sick. It can be malaria. When we are child, we don't have much
Yeah,
communication
yeah.
before some year. Now things is changing.
Mhm.
Parents speak with child, but at my time it was difficult to understand. You just hear that someone lost, he was sick, but you don't have more detail.
What are the earliest memory that you have from childhood? Something that would make you smile, I would say.
I remember with my dad. Um, uh, Sometimes he was taking me to market, to mall. I mean, to buy clothes and
Uh-huh.
shoes, and that was my favorite moment because I feel like I was boss.
Ah.
So, and my nickname is the boss because of that.
Okay.
Because when I was wearing things, because my father also liked to be fashion man, so I started to be like him. And my mom started to call me boss. And when I grew up, I said, "This is the nickname that I will take." So yeah, so that moment I really like. When I remember, I think about that is one of my favorite moments.
So they would call you boss in the house. That's very interesting. So Musa, I would like to move on a bit and to understand about you, the circumstance and the situation and the reasons that you had to leave your country. What were the circumstances and why did you have to leave? And how old were you when you had to leave your country?
Okay, thank you. This is a bit a difficult moment. I left my country when I was 22 years old because there was war in my country. We had an election.
Mhm.
After the election, the post-election, there was two presidents in my country. So, and then the two party was fighting,
I see.
and then people start to be involved inside. the partisan, I don't know how to call it in English, the partisan, the people support the other party and the other people support, so they start to fight. And everybody who are not part of the army start to have gang with them, and if there was almost many people, young people has gun with them, and they started to kill each other. If you have Muslim name, you have problem. If you are Christian, you have problem. So a lot of things. So I started to lose people around me. I also started to lose my my job, because I have shop, I have taxi that I was the owner of the taxi, and because I was entrepreneur. So first, my shop was attacked, and they broken everything. There was phone and things with accessory. I lost my shop, to tell you, and then after I lost my car, my taxi, and then I become hopeless. I start to lose my hope also. And I try to leave the country to go to other city. I remember with one of my friend, my best friend, that is died now because of this war. We wanted to go to another city. They told us, okay. I took my car. Before they broke my car, I took the car to leave the country, the city, but there was a lot of the army people on that place to leave the capital city. And I wanted to go in the same city. I wanted to go to another neighborhood. We was blocked there. So I come back with that friend. After some day, they kill him. They said maybe this was his destiny. And then I started to be afraid so much. And when situation start to be a bit calm, I did my document, I did my passport, because I was a trader, I was entrepreneur. It was easy for me to get a visa. So I left to go to Istanbul. I got 3-month visa. I asked to leave the country, and I went to Istanbul.
How was that moment for you to just, you decided that it's over for me and I have to move on or I have to leave the country? Do you remember that moment? How was that for you? If you could just like picture it for us, like.
Yeah, because I remember I have money on my bank account. They closed the bank account. Not only me, everyone in the country. You could not take money from the bank account. You could not go to the work. You could not go at work. And also my name also was a problem, because I'm Muslim, and that time, if you have name like me, Moussa Sangare, and you are Muslim, you have problem. So all those things make me lost my hope. When you lost hope, you lost everything. Hope from my country. And I wanted to go to a place that we were safe. First, I wanted to go to France, but it was difficult to get visa. And I decided to go to a country that I could get visa easily, to wait and go back to my country. So, and I find a way to go to Istanbul. But it was very difficult moment. It was very sad moment. I lost my friend, and I lost many other people, and I have see a lot of body died body, and I see a lot of things that I don't want to describe here, but it was not nice. It was my first time to see that.
Did you have to leave alone, or did you leave with your family?
No, because my parent lost. I lost my parent already before that, so I had only my sister that. But she was in other places where it was a bit calm, because the war finished in the capital city, Abidjan. My sister was in another city, so I left alone.
I see. So you arrived in Istanbul, and then you decided to come to Greece.
I didn't decide to come to Greece. I wanted to stay in Istanbul. But, I was born as human activist. In Istanbul, I didn't see myself there to be free person. First, what I was learning, that it was very difficult to include the society there.
Yeah.
There was a bigger gap of treatment. and I didn't like that, and I wanted to be a free places. And also one of the things that was didn't like that, for example, it's very difficult to have a relation with a Turkish woman, for example, or the treatment of the police of the I didn't like. So I wanted to go back to my country, and my sister said, "No, you cannot go back. Better you find another solution." So another solution was to come to other country. I wanted to go to Bulgaria, but I have learned that there is not human right in Bulgaria. In the border, they use a dog and they kill people
Yes.
there. So okay, maybe better to come to Greece.
So can you please tell us how did you came from Turkey to Greece? Did you have to walk, or did you take the rubber dinghy? Did you cross the sea, the Aegean Sea?
We do everything. I mean, when we say walk, I don't know what you call walk, but there was
I mean, did you did you get in the boat and cross the border and you arrived in one of the islands, or did you have to, let's say, like walk, because there's a path also from Turkey to Greece that you could walk. There's a small river that you have to cross.
no, we took a car until the borders, and we took the boat to cross.
Where did you arrive in Greece, and what was the circumstance like, and how did they treat you? Like did you apply for asylum? How was that process? If you could tell us.
Yeah, we arrived in Greece. Then they start to one. I think it was military car came to us and bring us to one place where there was many people that was detained. They tried to know where is our country, and they put, for example, they show me some money, something to know if I was coming from Ivory Coast. They make the registration, but it was not about asylum. So, and after we went to this jail that they put us, and after some days they bring us to one military camp, and this military camp, after they build it, it was not closed. After they closed, I don't know how to call it, they put things to close so that people,
Francis.
yeah, so that people cannot go outside. And then from that time, people start to seek asylum, but the goal was to deport people in the paper that you have to be deported if you don't sign asylum.
So you applied for asylum, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay.
I applied for asylum that time. Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you stay in that camp? How long were you there?
I stayed there for 7 months.
Okay. Did you stay, or they kept you?
They kept me because we could not go out.
Oh, you could. It was like
Yeah.
a closed camp.
It was closed camp. It was jail. We could not go out.
Oh, okay.
Before, as I told you, after the registration, they put us in real jail with people, criminal people. And after 1 week, or I don't know how many days, or 3 days or 4 days, I don't remember. It was like 10 years ago. They put us in this camp, and for this camp we could not go out. Also, it was closed camp. So, and then I was there for 7 months. And because I left my country because we had a problem, I took lawyers, and I tried to explain to the lawyer the situation. And with all the process, the lawyer was able to get me out from there. But most of my friends stayed there for 1 year, 1 year, 6 months. I have been living the camp 7 months, but most of the people stay more than 7.
Yeah. Moussa, obviously you have gone through so much throughout your life. If you could tell me, what was the worst experience that you went through? One of something that would still haunt you, something that you remember. Like, what's the worst memory, or what is the worst moment that you went through in your journey?
There are a lot, but maybe I can mention two. One is when we was in the detention camp. One day the police came there.
In Greece.
In Greece. In Greece. But if you want also, I don't know if you want to say something about Istanbul, but first in Greece.
Anything that you would like to share?
In
Anything
Istanbul,
that
I was also detained in Istanbul like 3 times. 3 times in Istanbul, I was detained because I wanted to cross the border to come here. So this was also very bad, you know. And after when I arrived in Greece, after 7 months, but during this 7 months first, we was living like we don't know tomorrow. They don't tell you the process. They don't tell you when you are going to be released. They don't give you good food. They don't give you good, anything was not good. You don't have communication with people. You don't talk with people. You don't feel human, you know. And this is very humiliated for me. And one day the police arrived there because I don't know if there was some noise or some fighting. I don't know what was happening. And they start to, when they arrived, they beat all the people. And I was the first person that they beat me. I was not doing nothing. I was just waiting to call from the cabin that time. And after I was like this, they didn't care about me. I was down and they left and they go. For many hours, my colleague who was there, they go to call the police, but Moussa is down. What can you do? And they bring me the pawn. That time they bring me the pawn and they didn't care. So this is something that I can never forget and I can never forgive. Second thing is when we arrived in Greece, Athens, sorry, because there was the border when I arrived in Athens, they give us a asylum seeker card. And this asylum seeker card, they was giving us every 2 weeks, you have to go to migration office to renew, or sometime every 3 months, sometime every 1 month, you have to wake up at 4 o'clock to do all your best to arrive there to give this document. You live with them and you go back to your home. After you have to come back, and sometimes it is raining, it is cold, they didn't care. This was very humiliated for me. I see myself how people are treating me like this. So this is also one part of my life in Greece that I didn't like. I did not forget, and I did not forgive, because this was pain that they did it to me and for all the people who was facing the same situation.
what it does with you when you go through this process, that you would have to go renew your ID paper or anything, that you would have to constantly do that, and as you say, out in cold and in hot weather, and probably would have to queue for hours, from my own experience as well. So what it does with your psyche, with your mental health, with you mentioned about humiliation, like what it really does with you.
You don't feel part of the society. You don't feel human. You don't feel nothing. You cannot describe these things. It is very unbelievable how we was good. Even you cannot talk with the person, and there was not any respect for us. So that make me very feel angry every time. I was unhappy every time. For 7 years, I was doing that for 7 years. For 7 years, I was angry with the system until today. But for 7 years, it was more difficult.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to bring up this, but I really believe that this is very important for the audience, that they watch us, and to understand that when the refugees, they leave their countries, they don't leave just to leave and to come to another country. It's first of all the situation in their countries, they forces them to move, and then when they arrive in the new society, depending on, of course, on each country and how the system works, it affects individuals. And I think it's very important for the people to know. um, of course, out of all these difficulties, challenges, and hardship that you went through over the years, I see you still sitting here in front of me with full strength, and that you do not only champion your own right, but you do champion your whole community rights, which is amazingly important. And personally, I really appreciate it, and I admired you that you came out strong, even stronger out of all those experiences. I would like to talk about the community that you present, the Ivorian people in Greece. Could you please tell me how did you? What was the initiative? When and who started this initiative of starting and the community that you're representing? Were you part of that yourself?
As I have told you everything that I faced, when I arrived in Athens, there was no one to help me. There was no support from community. So from all those things, I got experience. Sorry. I got experience that I need I needed support, but at that time I did not find support. And when I was in Athens, I see other problem that difficult to get job, difficult to get accommodation, difficult to do many things to integrate the society, to be included in the society. But because I told you I do many things by myself, I have experience. And this experience I wanted to give to my community. That is why I was thinking first, how can I support my community? And then I speak with some Ivorian that I already know. Look, I want to create a group on Facebook where I can share information to you. And this information is very powerful. So I tried to create this group. I start to share information about job, about law, about anything that is happening in Greece. I took it in Greece, I translate in French, and I put it in the group. And I started to connect my community member with different initiative. And then I see also we need to have some fun. And I started to organize beach party, Ivorian Greek party, and things like that. And community say, okay, look, we don't have good leaders here. Our association is not strong, so we need Moussa to be president of the community. That time we had a small community, but we was not strong, And then we had election, and I was elected to be president of the Ivorian community to continue what I was doing. What I was doing was like president, but officially I was not president. Then I do it, and the first thing that I did it is how to legalize, how to have legal status. This was the first things I did, and the second thing is how to have office, and then this was the second thing, and then I continue to advocate for Ivorian people, the same things, finding job for them, finding a house, and trying to support Ivorian community who will sometimes people are die, how to find the body, sent back to here, or many things that touch community. If they have wedding, if they have problem, anything. So I continue what I was already doing, and then people start to come. They say, yeah, Ivorian community is doing that, and we started to have members.
And how is how this process works for the newcomers? For example, someone comes from in your community. How do you integrate them in first of all in your community, and how do you help this individual to be integrated in Greece, let's say?
Yeah, I use before I was using integration. Now I use inclusion. I include them, but not integrate them. But look, I have experience. I have knowledge, and I know the system, and I know people. So after some years, I gain all those things. Yesterday, a member of my community called me to tell me, "Thank you, Mr. President. I got my my asylum status. I cannot forget what you did for me when I arrived." When she arrived, she didn't know what to do. And that time there was Skype's call. You have to call from Skype to take appointment to seek for asylum. And we had a system where in our offices, I took a member of the community who was volunteer every I think was Friday, Wednesday or Friday, something, 2 days to be in the office to make the Skype call. So this helped her to get appointment and continue her process. And this was like 3 years ago, but this is now she get the
After she got her asylum after 3 years.
yes.
Wow.
This was many years ago, even before COVID, you know.
Wow.
So she called me yesterday. Not only her, many people called me. You give me this direction, I did it, and today this is the result. For job, for accommodation. Some people say, okay, I don't know what to sleep. I just as community member, do you have place to host this guy until we find place for them, etc., etc. So if they need lawyers, I just see the contact from community where I know the lawyer. I say, okay, I contact or I send email or I contact the lawyer. Look, this person will come from my community. Please support the person. You know. So this is the way that I any things I find solution.
Okay.
I have the network.
It's amazing, Musa, what you do for your community, and I'm sure that, as you said, it's very important to have your support for the community, and especially here in Greece, which unfortunately there's no much support from the state. I would like to know, and I'm sure that's also very interested for the audience to know. So what kind of support? How is the cooperation between your organization or the community, and also with the Greek government? How do you cooperate with them, and whether do you support, and if you receive support from them, and what kind of support do you receive from them?
That is a very good question. I don't remember getting support from the Greek government. I cannot. And I don't know what support I can ask from the government. I don't know what maybe we can ask is to change policy and listen to us and change policy, include refugee and migrant in decision-making process, sitting in the table, speaking about problem and solution, implement and to implement it together. This is support that we can ask. And recently, for the first time, we had a meeting with the government where we was talking about problem and solution. So this is what I don't know what I can, as I don't need much things. Yeah, for me, policy is very important. Change policy, equal policy, justice, and equality, things like that. But yeah, for now, I cannot think. And also maybe have a resources for different community to run projects, for example. But yeah, because I used to do everything without government, so now I don't even know what to ask. You know, I don't really count on government when I do things. That is why.
Is it that they are not supportive, or is it that they don't want to support your community specifically? How does it work?
I don't answer for that, because what we see, the image the government show is, we don't want you here. So when people show you that, it's difficult to go to us.
I see.
Support.
Yeah. What are some of the misunderstood about the Ivorian people here in Greece, whether by the people or by the system?
By the people, everything is perfect. Many people love Ivorian people, love Cote d'Ivoire, and we receive a lot of good compliment from our community. Like this, most of the person say, look, in Greece, you are one of the strong community. You are new in Greece, but you are doing many things. Your people are well educated and things like that. Yeah, from that point of view, I don't have problem.
Yeah. So you mean the Greek people are supportive and they're appreciative towards
the Greek people, the local community, the other community, the majority of people have very good view feeling from people from Cote d'Ivoire. From the state side, I don't know. I don't know what they think because we really don't have conversation to tell us what they think about Ivorian people. So I don't know.
It's very interesting to see that you, as a president, I suppose, you don't have that much interaction and that much access to authorities to be able to bring the problems and issues that your community is facing. I would like to ask a last question regarding this part, and then we will move on. Is that what are the biggest challenges that Ivorian people are facing here in Greece?
There are two challenges. One is the language, and the second is documentation status, resident permit. This is the two biggest challenges, and after come accommodation and employability.
So, Musa, at this point, I would like to show you some visuals, some images, and I want to have your immediate thoughts, reaction, feelings, anything that you have after seeing those images. Okay.
This is my country is Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Yeah, I love this country. It's everything for me.
Yeah.
I love the idea of European Union. I like making good things about European Union, but I don't like the violation of human rights in European Union. But it is very good to have European Union.
Yes, and this picture. I see that you were with Ministry of Migration.
Exactly. This is what I was mentioning, that it was one of the good things that we have contact with the Ministry of Migration for inclusion.
So can you tell me about this meeting? I'm very curious.
The meeting took place in Ministry of Migration and Asylum offices in Greece. Different community was trying to raise their voice about their concern. I was very sick that day, but I wanted to be there. They asked me if I will speak. It was like 1 week before I was on my bed. I say, I'm not sure that I can speak, but people speak. I didn't have the speech, but we speak about the renewal of a resident permit will take like 3 years, 2 years. We spoke about discrimination, and we spoke about citizenship process, many things. So the ministry was very open to try to work with our concern, and he said that his door is open for us. We can come anytime we want with any concern. But it was very good discussion. I see that he wanted to change things, and this was the first time that I see in Greece.
That's very good. I'm very glad to hear. The last picture that I want to show you, actually, this is very interesting to me. I found it very interesting myself. And let me explain what I see myself here. I see two you. I see two Musas. I see one Musa with their community sitting, and someone who had to leave his country, went through so much as you described. And then I see Musa in the 8th European migration in Brussels. So how do you do this too? Is it how do you do this too? Because on one hand, all those experience, difficulties, challenges that you went, and now that you're resilient and a strong person, individual that championing your rights and your whole community, how do you do this two character? I see two individuals. Is that true?
Thank you very much for these pictures. I am a multitasking person. How to get multitasking person. I am entrepreneur also. I have my business that I run. I come from my business to my African shop in Athens. But in these two pictures, you see one meeting in community office with UNHR, with different community that we are talking about issue in Greece, in local level. This is in local level where I do advocate in change, in policy change, in community and with UNHR Greece and with other actors, how we want to change policy for everyone. And the other side, this is my advocacy in EU level, in European Union level. And in these photos, I was asking questions for the commissioner, what is her position about undocumented migrants? What is her position about detention of people in that did not steal anything? That did not steal. They are good person. Why we put people in detention if they did not do any crime? This is one.
What was her response?
She told me that that's why sometimes it's good to ask questions. She told me, look, no one is illegal. She told me that this is the things that we advocate. No one is illegal. And she told me that she also making proposal for member state that to not detain people if they are not danger for the security of the country. This is what in the proposal they are working on it, because she do agree that they should not detain people if they are not danger for the security of the country. And for the regularization, she told me that this is not the responsibility of the European Commission, is the responsibility of member state. Each country have to decide for regularization.
Yeah, I hope that one day we will be able to overcome all these challenges, and
I'm sure.
yeah. That's what I'm hoping as well.
That's
And I really believe, and I'm optimistic that this will happen one day, hopefully. Okay, so we're almost towards the end of the podcast, and thank you also for the viewers that they're watching us and they have accompanied us so far. At this point, I will ask you a few questions. You could just answer them as brief, as quick as you can. What has been the biggest injustice against you, in your opinion?
Detention was the biggest injustice toward me.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself as a victim?
Yes, I am. I told you during the interview that I am not happy and I don't forgive this.
Do you consider yourself as a happy person?
I'm a very happy person, yes.
That's good. That's good.
I'm a very happy person, yes.
If you were to wake up tomorrow and that you would have a superpower that you could bring any changes in the world, what would be the 3 things that you would change immediately in the whole world?
First, stop the war. Second, have a good education system.
Mm-hmm.
And the third, how to share resources, the wealth, how to share it to everyone.
Moussa, thank you so much for your time, for your consideration, for your thoughts, and for your resilience and everything that you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you, my brother, to the podcast, and I wish you a great day and good luck with everything else that you will do. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for watching us. Have a good day.